Today we're talking about raising the dash and removing the CAS module from a 2009 Mini Cooper. This guy was at the junkyard, local salvage yard, so it's a mess, but the CAS module was still there. So let's take a look and see how to actually remove it. These are the tools that you'll use for removing the CAS. First, we'll start using our T20 Torx bit wrench, and we'll take the screws out on the right, and then we'll go to the left. Here we go. There's a little screw cover that you need to remove to expose the screw so you can remove the cover for the A-frame. Once you get that off, you can just pop it off, and it exposes another screw at the bottom that you need to remove in order to remove the air vent cover. That screw is in a tight space, so I use my low profile wrench. The link is in the description for removing that one. Hopefully if you get that, it'll help you out. So once you get that out, you keep going to the left to remove other Torx screws. And again, all of these are Torx 20 screws to take out the vent and then ultimately the glove compartment in order to access some screws that hold the dashboard down. Here's where my magnetic tool comes in handy. Some of these screws are kind of tight, so I use my magnetic tool to kind of pull them out. Now we're going to start removing the actual glove compartment. There are 3 screws there that we need to take out. Again, all Torx 20. We take those out, and then we can get access to the glove compartment and some screws that are behind that. Now that we have those out of the way, we can pop that cover off, and it exposes the bottom screws for the glove compartment. 2 screws, Torx 20. Once we got those screws out, the glove compartment just pulls straight out, and it exposes 2 Torx 25 screws that we need in order to lift the dashboard up. So we take those out, and then we can just keep going. Now starts the fun part. There are actually 2 screws up under the vent. There's these little covers you pop off, and there are 2 Torx 20 screws on, 1 on each side. First time you do it, you might need a mirror in order to see it, but once you got it, you can just pop them out, and then I follow up with my magnetic tool just to pop them out, because sometimes if you don't get them all the way out, it will hold the dash down. Now we come over to the left side, taking that vent cover off like we did before, exposing 2 screws, and here we go. Same process, just repeat it on this side. There's a little bit difference because we have this panel that's above the steering wheel that we're going to remove. We might need to lower the steering wheel down a little bit. You want to use a screwdriver or another soft tool, pop that cover off, and it exposes several Torx screws up under it. Again, all T20s. Just make sure you take your time and you get all the screws, and it'll just make it easier. This screw is the one that holds in the vent cover, but while we're in there, we also just kind of move towards the right to take the other ones off, because we need to remove the cover from the radio, and a lot of these screws hold down that cover on the radio, so we just keep doing that. So So once we have all of those screws off, we can lift off the face ring off the radio. A lot of times your hazard signal wires will be attached, so don't just yank it off. You do have to unattach those. In this case, mine weren't attached. Once you move that faceplate off, there are screws on both sides of the radio that you will need to remove. So once you get those out, then we'll go back over to the A-frame and finish taking that off. Same exact process that we did on the other side. Get that cover off, pop it off. It exposes a lower screw that we use our small Torx wrench to take off. And once we got this A-frame cover off and that screw off, we can almost start lifting up that dashboard in order to get to that CAS. Oh yeah, I forgot there's one more screw there that we need to take off in order to fully release that dashboard. But once we got that off, it's like magic. Might have to kind of wiggle the dashboard around a little bit, but it should just pop up after that, and it will expose that CAS module, which we're trying to get to. Again, using our short T20 socket wrench, we release a silver screw that holds that CAS module down. That screw is rather long, so having that small socket, is an advantage. Now we got two more steps. We need to release the cable that attaches, as well as there's a ribbon cable also attached, as well as a little clip that holds it in on the right side. If you just yank that CAS module out, you will most likely snap the attachment that's on the right side. So you do want to take your time, take the ribbon cable off. After you get that ribbon cable off, it's hard for me to do it with holding the camera, but it's easy if you got two hands where you can push in a little button. But here's the clip I was just telling you about. You do want to take your time taking that clip out so that way you don't break it. So here I got it out, and now I'm just showing you what that clip on the cable looks like. You just want to press in the little button, and when you press it, you can just slide the holder off, and then after that it should just come right on out. Like that. And that, my friends, is how you remove the CAS from a Generation 2 R56 Mini Cooper.